It's the Kitty Gang Show on Scarbox Nation TV. It's the Kitty Gang Show on Cigarbox Nation TV. And we're coming to you live from CB Getty. It's the Kitty Gang Show.
Kitty Gang Show.
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 It's the Kitty Gang Show on Cigarbox Nation TV.
Hey, welcome back to the Kitty Gang Show, everybody. We are glad to be here with you today. Got Mr. Danny Woodman on stage next to me. I'm Ben Giddy Baker, and behind the producer's desk, intrepid producery sort as he is, the beheaded, the El Chapeau, Nick Lanciano. So we are glad that you are here with us today. I don't have anything pulled up. By God, preparation is next to something. Anyway, we have some videos for you today that Shane Spiel has put together. Some great stuff. He has been working on even more special projects down there in the Shane Spiel laboratory of homemade music insanity in his backyard in York, Pennsylvania. And he sent that up to us. Hey, here's the show. Turns out the Kitty Gang's alive. Yeah, who knew? So he sent us some vids we're going to be running for you. We got a video from Kale over there at Pornis Studios, a tribute for a friend of his, I believe.
A family friend named Randy, who passed away recently, so it was a beautiful song. Couldn't
I don't know if your mic's on. Is your mic on?
My mic might not be on, but it is on now.
There's Nick Lanciano behind the producer's
I'm
desk.
saying it's a beautiful tribute to a friend of his dad's best friend.
All right,
so,
very good.
Thank you, Cal.
And then we're going to have some picking and grinning for you here on this Friday afternoon. It's not crazy hot, but it sure is muggy out there. I've been feeling that mugginess the last couple of days because I have been having not a yard sale, but more of a yard give. I have been hauling.
Get this out of here.
Get it out. Clearing out the fourth floor here at the mill that I've had, been paying rent on for several years now. Got an awful lot of cigar boxes up there that we're kind of saving for last. Still got to go through a lot of those. But a lot of the reclaimed collectible-y type stuff that I've been accumulating over the years, all of it geared towards making musical instruments. I decided it's time to go. Don't really have time to try to sell it. So I'm putting it out by the street with a free sign, and by God, the pickers are descending. A lot of it doesn't even make it out the door because some of the internal pickers, RJ and Jake and Danny over here and Jason, I don't know if you've snagged anything yet.
I just did.
Oh, just got a camera that I was about to put out there. So I'll tell you, there is I know it's fun to accumulate cool, old, neat stuff.
It's fun to buy stuff.
It is fun to buy and accumulate, but it's very freeing in a lot of ways too. Seeing that, it's like a 75-foot by 100-foot space up there, and granted most of it is filled up with cartons of empty cigar boxes, but there's a lot of other junk, and seeing it start to clear out, it's really...
So you had a bunch of junk in your trunk, right? And it's a bunch of, I've heard you call it certain things, so did you just take a big dump and feel better? Like, is that what I'm fired,
Whole new
guys.
show this week, folks. All new, unrehearsed.
All right, I'll see myself out.
All new jokes.
Nice.
So that's what I've been working on. After the show's over, I'm going to be heading back up to the fourth to get another couple of carts full of goodies and put them out there and hope they all go. But in the meantime, we've got a decent show, hopefully, for you. Got Danny in. He was just out there. What were you doing right before I came out to get you? It sounded like
I just finished cutting some fret wire.
cutting fret wire on the bandsaw. Some narrow medium and some jumbo.
I believe so,
Yeah, just got some in, so he was out there cutting it down. Bill says it's not junk, it's treasures. It's treasures when you first find it. When you've been paying rent for 3 years to store it, then it transforms magically into junk. But no, there's a lot of good stuff of it. The stuff that's actually junk is going in. I got a big rollaway dumpster out front right now, and that's where the actual junk is going. But a lot of it's pretty good stuff, and I hate to see it go, but I also love to see it go. So certainly wasn't making any money, I'll tell you that.
Just shouting out to Elaine. Hi.
Hey, Elaine Bachon out there. Hopefully see you in a little bit. Ma Giddy out there, Janet Baker Hughes, a lady who knows about decluttering and not being burdened with extra stuff. You should be proud of me, Ma. I'm giving a lot of things away. Even clearing out some of the stuff I got out of Grandpa's garage a few years back. Anyway, let's do a song. Danny and I attended a backyard session this past Sunday in a nearby town. One of our session friends hosted around his pool in his backyard. We were all spaced out a good bit more than we are right now, to be honest.
Right.
8 or 9 of us there.
I think it was 10
10?
total.
Yeah, 10
Yeah.
people all spaced out, and we had a good time. It's a little hard to hear each other. The wind was a-blowing and lawnmowers a-going, but we managed. But Danny did one of his original songs there, and I hollered across the pool at him afterwards, like, you gotta do that on the show this week. So,
Yeah, I don't know why I never thought of it.
what, can you tell us a little bit about the song?
Well, I wrote this about 8 years ago, and just as a joke, and it became my most popular song.
Isn't that the way they
Yeah.
say it goes?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So it's not based on. It was originally called Ugly, Dumb, and Stinky Dog, but everybody called it the Dog Song, so I changed the name to the Dog Song.
The dog song.
Takes less time to say it. You could die of old age saying the old title.
All right, I'm going to try to keep up with you. He gets going pretty speedy on this.
All right. Let me tell you about my dog, he's as ugly as sin. Little children run and hide when they take a look at him. He'll make dainty ladies faint, Prince Charming he ain't. But I love my ugly, dumb, and stinky dog. Let me tell you about my dog, well he don't smell very good. Oh, the vapor trail he leaves strips the paint off the wood. And forgive my being crass, but he's always passing gas. But I love my ugly, dumb, and stinky dog. Take it away.
This is in a key I don't usually do anything in, you know.
He's fragrant as an old boot. He's photogenic as a Bigfoot. He thinks that garbage is food, and dead animals taste similarly good. Well, inside my doggy's head, well, there ain't much going on. Always barking at that rusty engine lying on the lawn. He thinks that it's a bear, he's a numbnuts, but who cares? I still love my ugly, dumb, and sticky dog. Wanna try it again? Dog, he is loyal to the end. You can keep your pedigree, all I'm wanting is a friend. He's as hideous as me, I enjoy his company. My beloved ugly, dumb, and stinky dog. My best friend, my ugly, dumb, and stinky dog.
All right, very nice. Put me on the spot there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's the faker's break there. Just keep doing the same thing you were already, just a little louder.
Better than I can do.
Yeah. Key of A. Don't, yeah.
Yeah, I can do it in G too, but.
That takes all the fun out of it. So that's Danny's ugly, dumb, and stinky dog song.
Yeah, not based on any dog in particular, although it
No
could
dogs,
fit my sister's dog.
no dogs were harmed in the making of this song. Well, thank you for that. I think I got one Well, actually, we could show the first of the Shane videos now that we're a solid 10 minutes into the first quarter of today's athletic match. I don't know. Trying to mix it up, folks. All new show. Shane sent me some things, some words to say. So, the first video we have from Shane is him working on his, what he calls the mother of toilet seat Telecaster. And of course that comes from, if you remember toilet seats back, those of us who can remember, and maybe even who can't remember the 50s and 60s, but go into grandma's house or go into an elderly relative's house, and they used to make toilet seats out of that perloid mother of pearl type material, or at least cover them with them. So the mother of toilet seat Telecaster. We had challenged Shane to go through the CB Giddy parts catalog and see what creative things he could do on conventional guitars, not building cigar box guitars or completely from scratch, but taking an old conventional guitar, an acoustic or an electric, and seeing what he could do with it. Frankensteining a conventional instrument to make it something unique and at least partially homemade. So 2 weeks ago, of course, we showed his headless guitar project with the antique relict bronze humbucker pickups, and now he's putting pickups into this parts caster tele build. So I think on this one he started with a kit, you know, a Telecaster kit. The focus is on the chrome dual blade humbuckers. They were featured in today's newsletter that went out to both the CB Giddy and the Cigar Box Nation lists, and they're only $8.50, $8.49 for what it's the size. I should have one in here. Planning, folks. Anyway, it's the size of a single coil, but it's got dual blades and it's actually a humbucker, so it'll fit into a bridge or a cover plate on a Telecaster made to take a single coil, standard single coil pickup, but it is a humbucker. So here is Shane describing, probably repeating a lot of stuff I just said, but he can say it better than I. He has more practice.
It's Shane from PoorMan'sGuitar.com. Today I'm showing off the mother of toilet seat Telecaster. This project features a perloid body from GuitarFetish.com, a neck I bought off of Amazon, and some extra parts from CBGiddy.com. Vintage guitar collectors often talk about beautiful mother-of-pearl details on particular guitar models. They also joke about cheaper perloid finishes, calling them, tongue-in-cheek, as mother of toilet seat. This body was completely finished when I got it during a Guitar Fetish clearance sale. I think it was a few years ago. I was lucky enough to get it very cheap, but soon realized that its clearance price was due to an improper route in the bridge pickup area. I was able to tweak the route using my Dremel. I also added copper shielding to reduce any 60-cycle hum, and because I knew it would look awesome through the clear acrylic pickguard. So let's dig into this build and talk about the cool humbucker pickup I added to the neck position. Let's go. Okay, I'm showing off the CB Giddy dual rail. It's a humbucker pickup in a single coil size, and I just got done making this parts caster telly. It has a traditional telly style bridge pickup in there, but like Keith Richards, I wanted a humbucker in the neck, and instead of putting a massive humbucker in there that I would have to route out this glorious mother of toilet seat body, I just used one of Giddy's pickups, and the dual rail went straight into a standard telly route without any routing. The only thing I had to do was tweak my pick guard. There is a clear acrylic pick guard on here, and I chose that simply because of the body, but I only had to simply route a little wider than usual for the pickup, simply because Telecaster pickups are usually real small, like lipstick tube looking pickups in the neck. So this is a humbucker in a normal single coil, full-size single coil body. And it just sounds incredible. Just so much blues, especially when you put it in the neck position. So you hear a nice difference between the humbucker in the neck and then the twang of the telly. You have... If you hear the neck pickup, it sounds like this. But if you put them both together, you get the bluesiness of the dual rail with the snap of the telly single coil in the bridge. Great Memphis soul sound with this combination. I used CB Giddy tuners, of course. I used the new dual rail chrome humbucker in a single coil size. I used the CB Giddy telly jack plate. I forget how he has this listed, but it's a volume tone and pickup selector. He's got these, and I bought a few extra pieces online to complete the guitar. Now I have it strung as a 5-string. As you can see, it is missing one here, and that is intentional because I like 5-string open G tuning. Keith Richards made this famous with his 5-string telly doing the you know, he did so much in 5-string open G. So the main advantage of adding this dual rail in the neck position is traditionally Telecasters have a weak pickup here. Even the good Fender ones have a weak pickup. It just doesn't compare to the bridge pickup. So throwing in something hot rod like this dual rail is just a great idea. So there you go. I am very happy with this guitar. As soon as I got done with it, my wife said, "Are you going to sell that?" And I'm like, no. Using the new Damsel Fly blacksmith forged guitar slide made by Derek Kemper of Shane Spill's Snake Oil Band. So have some fun. Mod out your guitars and use CB Giddy pickups and other parts. They make it a lot of fun. Thanks, Giddy.
Definitely some good stuff there. Thank you, Shane, for doing that project and for sharing that with us. We have 2 more videos from Shane that I know you'll enjoy. I appreciate seeing all of the comments that you make while watching that. And I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Bill Nolan, Jim Morris out there, Keith Rierick, even Jenna Lombardi out there from half a block away. Good to see you. Just having a little fun. Speaking of fun, Danny's got his harp out. I'm going to do a couple old country songs. How about that? Got the time clock 6-stringer here with a piece of few pieces of reclaimed items that I made good use of. All right, key of C on this one. Sing it if you know it. Trailers for sailor rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. Ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys. An 8x12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means by no means. King of the road, I know. Third boxcar midnight train. Destination Bangor, Maine. Old worn out shirt and shoes. I don't pay no union dues. I smoke old stogies I have found. They're short but not too big around. I'm a man of means by no means. King of the road, I know every engineer on every train. All of their children, all of their names. Every handout in every town. Every lot ain't locked, no one's around. Take it, Danny. I make music when I can, traveling across the land, freight yards and loading docks. I paid my guitar from a cigar box. Well, when I find a little booze, well, you know that I can play the blues. I'm a man of means by no means. King of the road, third boxcar, midnight train. Destination Bangor, Maine. Third box and loading docks. Well, I made my guitar from a cigar box. Well, play this out, Danny. Thank you. Unrehearsed.
Yeah.
And with a bonus verse in there that I wrote. I've always felt like that song needed just a little bit more. And I worked in reference to a cigar box. So, hey, take a song you like and add another verse that speaks to you. Why not? And the other country song that I want to do is an old, I think Waylon wrote it. Maybe Willie wrote it.
I think it was Waylon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Waylon Jennings, I
yeah.
believe. At least his version's the one I know. Let's say that. This one's in the key of D. It starts in D and then modulates up to E, as a lot of country songs have been known to do. Well, cowboys ain't easy to love, they're harder to hold. They'd rather give you a song than diamonds. Lone Star belt buckles and old faded Levi's, and each night begins a new day. If you don't understand him and he don't die young, you'll probably just ride away. Sing it if you know it. Well, mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them drive guitars and drive the old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. 'Cause they'll never stay home and they're always old. Even with someone they
mornings. Little warm puppies and children and girls of the night. Them that don't know him won't like him, and them that do sometimes won't know how to take him. He ain't wrong, he's just different, but his pride won't let him do things to make you think he's right. Them mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars and drive them old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. 2, 3, 4. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. 'Cause they'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love. 'Cause they'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love.
Forgot what key we were in there.
I wondered what you were doing.
I don't know, but you followed nicely, so thank you. All right, just a couple of good old country songs there for us, and during this next Shane video, we'll figure out the next song Danny's gonna do. This is a highly, highly rehearsed show. The script, you should see the script, folks. It's just impeccable.
It's a mile long.
Hey guys, here's a little sidebar idea. I've been working on the Rat Rezo for a while. I completely tore it down and put it back together because there was a few things I just didn't like. Well, one of the things was this handle that covers the Resicone. And that handle is this. This is just from Lowe's. It's just a high-end looking brushed aluminum handle for a kitchen. And that's what I put here. I basically, for this one, I ground down these pieces. I put holes in here, bam, bada, bam, and I made that my Resicone cover. Last week, as I was taking a break from working on this, in fact, it was late at night, I was just getting into a bunch of cool YouTube videos about prepared guitar, about doing things to a guitar to change its playing character. And one of the things that I discovered was Khaki King, awesome, amazing acoustic guitarist. And she has this piece that turns her guitar into a Japanese koto. And she has a whole playing technique for it. These brass pieces are $80. And it's something I thought about buying to try, but at $80, you know, I never really pulled the trigger. Well, I was watching that video and then I remembered this. I remembered this little handle right there. And so I thought, let's see if it works. And it does. You take, now this is a junk, not a junk, I mean it's still playable, but it's a cheap acoustic from the 60s. In her piece, it actually has a piece of brass that goes along the bottom so that it rests on the fretboard and will not harm the wood of the guitar. This is a little more scary, but just for testing it out, I was able to do this. So in order to protect the guitar, I have two little square pieces of plywood, and I'll just put it under here and under here. And now I have my own version of Khaki King's part for the koto. There we go. We got it tuned to an open chord so we can have a little fun with it. So this basically approximates her $80 part. I learned in all of this is I really don't have a good technique for this thing, and I don't see it as something I would use. So, using this door handle, I was able to approximate a product, try it out at home, and realize it's not for me. It could be for you, though. And if you want to use one of these as your home version and to improve it, just get some fret slotting files and then just do a couple quick little slots so the strings aren't moving way around on it. But there you go. There's a homemade version of Cocky King's Koto bridge. There's a little fun idea for you.
System at the world keep turning our way, on the road again. Can we get on the road again? Life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again.
Do the first verse again.
Oh, on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again. I don't think it quite sounds right.
Sorry, guys.
Well, we went back live about two-thirds of the
Oh.
way through that. We were just practicing, and then Shane's video. I'm used to Shane's videos being
Yeah,
longer.
me too. I'm like, all right, I got time to refresh the comments, try to figure out what's going on. I look over, I'm like, oh, they're just on the screen.
Oh,
They're on the screen.
So yes, that was a rehearsal in progress there. A little bit of Willie.
Yeah, well, I thought of Wayland. He did Wayland, so I thought I'd do
Wayland.
Willie.
Do one that Johnny Cash
Oh, I could do Ghost Riders.
recorded at some point.
Oh, Ghost Riders. Oh,
What's
that would
my
be a
cat?
good harmonica
Was
song.
that Marty? Willie Whalen, Johnny Marty. Did Marty Robbins do Ghost Riders?
He might have. All I remember is the Highwaymen, and I know Cash did it.
Sons of the Pioneers did it. They were further
All
back,
sorts
I
of
think.
people did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Oh.
very popular.
Well, we figured that out. Told you that story so we could tell you this one. Welcome to the sound check. Hey, Rusty Taylor's out there. We got word this week that the Georgia Cigar Box Guitar Festival, scheduled for September down there in McDonough, Georgia, is slated to go on.
Ooh.
He's gonna push on through, so that's some exciting news. What was I gonna do?
You were going to mention a circle being broken.
Ah, yes.
And
Well, Johnny certainly didn't write this one. It actually comes from an old hymn from the 19th century, I believe. And then the Carter family, A.P. Carter, kind of reworked it and popularized it into the version we know
You're in G,
better
right?
now. Yeah. Key of G. This week, actually 2 days ago, Wednesday, my grandma, Myra Baker, would have been 90 years old, would have been her 90th birthday on June 3rd. So, thinking of her as I sing this one. I was standing by my window on one cold and cloudy day when I saw the hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. And will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I saw that undertaker. Well, undertaker, please drive slow. For the party you somebody mentioned that the Carter family, A.P. Carter, had made it a sad song, that the original hymn wasn't quite so sad and lonesome. And I should know because it's in the revised version of my hymnal, the original version is. But I don't, so there you go. Alright, this time I'm going to read the intro for Shane's next video. Just saying that out loud, because last time I started to read and I was already cut.
Well, you're already cut. Now, what do you think? No.
You see what I have to deal with here, people. Alright, finally, Shane has just debuted another 1-minute museum video featuring an antique cigar box violin, an old cigar box fiddle that he just added to his collection. I don't know if you know this, but behind the scenes, Shane, he's got all these eBay alerts set up. Like, if somebody posts an auction for some kind of old handmade instrument, like, I think there's sirens going off in Shane's house, you know. So he just added this new one. It's an old fiddle. Excuse me. Tells us that he plans on taking this to a luthier for proper setup so that it can be played again. And as you'll see, this is definitely an instrument that deserves to be played again. Jim Morris, if you're still out there, have a gander at this one, would you? Short and sweet. That's some good stuff. That's a beautiful fiddle there. So we're now in the portion of the show where we're not sure what happens next.
Oh, I know. Why don't we play Pornis's video?
Hey, we got a video from our buddy over at Pornis Studios, Kale. It's a tribute to a close friend of his father's, and as you know, Pornis, he always puts out some good stuff. So here's another video for you. Keep the comments going. Thank you again for spending a little bit of your Friday with us. I know the world just keeps getting crazier, doesn't it? Seems like every week there's some new thing piled on.
It's a Jenga tower right now.
Yeah, it's one more thing. Mm-hmm. What a blessing normalcy is, you know? You only realize during hard times that what a blessing normal, calm, peaceful times are. Anyway, we're going to make it through. You're going to make it through. We'll all stick together. And here's a video from Pornis.
Hey guys, it's a special edition of the Sunday song this week. Oh, about a week ago, or I guess a week ago tomorrow, my dad's best friend in the entire world, they've been friends since they were in 2nd grade. He passed away, and you know, since they'd been friends for so long, he was there literally for my entire life. I mean, when I was a teenager, you name it. When I was a baby, when I was a teenager, you know, he was always there. So I almost felt more like family to me. But so this last several days, I've been kind of thinking about it and kind of been depressed about it. And then, yesterday I finally decided to sit down. I said, just write a tune. So I grabbed a guitar off the wall, sat down to play it, and then I was looking up at this one. This is the one I made in the garage out of a wooden box and a paint can lid. Sounds like glorious junk. But anyway, I was looking up at this one. I said, you know what? If he was here, he'd tell me to write it on that. So I did. It took about 5 minutes to put this one together, and I don't think that I wrote it at all. I think it just wrote itself. I happened to be there. So here we go. I'll give this one a shot. saw on Memorial Day. He didn't really have a choice. He couldn't stay. He took a train on down the line to a better place. But he left us a lot of trails that we can retrace. Well, he stopped to see some old friends, hug his mom and dad. And he finally got that plaque. It says, the best friend my daddy ever had. Well, he stopped by the Rainbow Bridge to see Dunn and Ace. And you know as well as I do, that put a smile on his silly old face. Oh, Randy, buddy, well, I remember all the hunting trips, the pancakes across the table, and your off-color quips. Some say you was rough around the edges, but I say that ain't fair. Who wouldn't trade a little bit of roughness for a lot of care? Well, if he didn't like you, you better bet you knew. And when he told you a story, man, there was a 50% chance it was true. But I'm gonna miss hearing them stories and his emails in my inbox. He's still the only guy I met who numbered his socks. Oh, Randy, buddy, well, I remember the hunting trips, the pancakes across the table, and your off-color quips. Some say he was rough around the edges, but I say that ain't fair. Who wouldn't trade a little bit of a roughness for a lot of care? Sandwiches on the tailgate and those off-color quips. Well, he might have been rough around the edges, but he wasn't worse for wear. I like to think it was necessary roughness for a lot of care. I say it was necessary roughness with a lot of care.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank
Our
you.
condolences to you,
Yes.
Forness, and your family.
I am an old woman named after my mother. Old man is another child that's grown old. If dreams were lightning, thunder was desire, this old house would have burned down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a younger, I had me a cowboy
I tried. The years just flew by like a broken down band. Take me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. Take it, Dan. There's flies in the kitchen, I can hear 'em buzzing. I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. I'm a hell kind of person, go to work in the morning, come home in the evening and have nothing to say. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. Believe in this living is just a hard way to go. Thank you, Ironheart Playing. Thank all of you again for joining us. Turns out we've just about ate up another hour of everybody's time. We're glad that you shared it with us. Again, these summertime shows, I know a lot of the shows for a good while now have been kind of off the cuff and unrehearsed. But these summertime shows, every time we go into it, I'm like, we're only going to do a half hour and out. That's all we need to do. And then
3 hours later, it's
never
like,
quite works out that way. But anyway, here we are. We hope you have a good weekend, a good week ahead. Yeah, that was, of course, the song "Angel from Montgomery" by John Prine, who we lost not too long ago. All right, well, we got a Giddy Gang theme song here to play. With the Mando.
Yeah, actually, that would be better.
It's probably the only thing that's close to it too
Yeah.
on this stage. Jimbo Burt says he's going back to the shop after the show. I'm heading back up to the 4th floor to bring down another couple of cartfuls of giveaway stuff.
Bring it by my desk. I wanna.
It's down to some. Well, I'll wheel it by.
Oh, you never know.
Yeah, we're kind of down to the nitty gritty here. I keep putting. Yesterday, it was funny. No, Wednesday, my boy Kieran was here with me, and he's helping me haul stuff down. I have these 2 rusty old lanterns, oil lanterns, not the railroad ones, but he's like, Daddy, who would want those? Nobody is gonna want those. I'm like, you watch. Somebody's gonna want these. Didn't even make it out the door. Jason grabbed both of them before I even got to the door. I was like, I told you, boy. Listen to your old man. Anyway, we're actually going to do this song now. box and some string.
Well, I guess I can't believe it.
And put them all together, you know that's gonna
That's a
ring.
beautiful sound.
I keep going to the D at the end there for the turnaround. Sorry, it's not part of the canonical version of the Kitty Gang theme song. Audience participation, well, it's the Kitty Gang Show.
The Giddy Gang Show.
Say it's the Kitty Gang Show.
The Giddy Gang Show.
Say it's the Kitty Gang Show.
The Giddy Gang Show.
Well, it's the Kitty Gang Show. Oh, oh.
Giddy Gang Show.
Well, it's the Kitty Gang Show on Cigar Box Nation TV.
Thank you all. Hope you have a great weekend. And just don't tell them what this button does.